Welcome. I am going to teach you how to ace the interview question of tell me about your greatest strength. My name is Cindy. I empower career changers, transitioning teachers, and those returning to the workforce to find amazing jobs that match their current why. Let's get started. Your greatest strength. There are two things that you need to know to ace the question about tell me about your greatest strength. Number one, and most importantly, is what is required for this job? Think about that. Your answers to the same question needs to change depending on what is important to this job. So if this is a job that is about building relationships, going out there and forming partnerships, then that's the strength I need you to talk to me about and not talk to me about your ability to, let's say, lead presentations. Okay. If your position is all about doing data analytics, then you need to be talking about data analytics and not talking about building relationships, building partners. Let me give you a real example. I was working with a client and she was looking to make a pivot in her career. So, even more important to talk about your greatest strength. And I said, tell me about your greatest strength. And the job she was going for was a technology implementation specialist. It was all about technology. It was all about training others on the use of technology. The story she told me, the example she gave me about her greatest strength was actually a project management description. It was a beautification of the outdoors, turning an area into a garden, doing fundraising, raising X amount of dollars, sourcing all the materials, managing the team, overseeing the project, and building this beautiful garden. It was actually a fantastic story, but not for this job interview. Do you see what I'm talking about? It would be great for a project management position, but it said nothing about technology. So that would be the wrong story for this specific example. And that's what's going to be most important for you to know when you're going on a job interview, which is why knowing the job posting backwards and forwards, knowing the responsibilities of the job and what is most important to this position is where you're going to come up with the examples that you are using when talking about your greatest strength. Okay, so that's number one. That's the biggest mistake that people make is they don't think about what is important to this job when they're talking about their greatest strength because we all have so many strengths, right? There's so many things that you're good at. You need to choose the right one for this example. Okay. Number two, and really, really important, is not to just give a one or two word answer. So don't say, my greatest strength is building relationships period, end, right? If your greatest strength is building relationships, I now want to know about the relationships that you have built. My greatest strength is building relationships. At my last job at XYZ company, I was able to build relationships with 20 external companies, including ABC, XYZ, 123, the names of these companies, especially if they're noteworthy and large companies, right? And then the results of that, how much money you receive from them, what programs they offered, what services, what happened as a result of you building those partnerships. Okay. So always you want to think about what the job posting is before you're answering any question during the interview, including your greatest strength. And then you definitely want to give examples of that rather than just answering it in a one word answer. Relationships. You want to show because if not, we can't see you in the position. And the whole idea of the interview is for you to demonstrate how awesome you are so that the person interviewing you can see you in this position benefiting their company. I hope you found this super helpful. If you'd like some more help with interviewing and every single part of your job search, let's have a free 45-minute discovery call. Let's chat. That's what I do. Let's talk about how I can empower you to be successful in your job search. I hope you have a super productive day. Always remember your warrior. I'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Bye bye.